Hi guys. Sorry, my mouth is a bit dry. Um, I did a video before on tarot tips, but I got a little manic, and I actually started talking about other things. I'm like I said in the video, I'm not like this big professional. Like, yes, I've been reading for a long time, but I do believe I can help other readers who have asked me questions, um, who haven't been doing it for a long time. Just like some tips that may help you out. Okay, so if you're doing this a while, whatever, it's probably not the video for you, but if you're really trying to learn tarot and things like that, I do have some good information that really was helpful and beneficial to me, and I think will be beneficial to you. Okay, even if you just started reading, some of these things may help. Okay, this is just going to be a quick video and a little bit of chat on something cool that happened today. So let me get into it. All right. First of all, if you want to actually be a tarot reader, you want to practice, 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 practice. The more you read, the better you get. Point blank. That is the truth. I am not going to sit here and tell you you have to sage the room, things like that. Now, a tip, it's cool to sage the room, clear out any negative energy, and then maybe bring in some good energy with a, light an incense. Or if you don't have sage, if you want to light an incense, cleanse out any negative energy, you can. If you want to open a window, cleanse out the bad stagnant energy, do it any way you want. If you like to use crystals, I find they help. I find that any metal around me, I mean, a necklace is really nothing to me, but sometimes I do wear my rings. I have a ring on now. About to do a reading, so I'm gonna take them off because it's weird. I had an intuitive feeling before about not doing that, and then I heard someone say something about not wearing jewelry, and I'm saying, okay, now I didn't like how they basically said, don't wear jewelry. It's like I'm not telling you, and that's what I want to be. I want to be known here. Is I'm not giving tips on what helps is beneficial to me, what helps me, what may help you. I'm not telling you what to do. The biggest thing, go with your gut. Go with your intuition. If you're just out the bat starting, this is some good advice, okay? Obviously, you need a tarot deck. Please start with like a Rider-Waite style deck because it's the best deck to start with. Trust me. Like, I still have a Rider-Waite. It's like a little bent and stuff because I've used it so much. And the way I shuffle, I suck at shuffling, so that's why part of the reason I stopped doing reversals because I'm ruining my damn cards. But sometimes if they come out reversed, they come out reversed. As far as reversals and upright, I really feel that it is up to what you want to do. I think if you're beginning, you should start with just straight up, so you don't overwhelm your brain. But if you feel like doing reversals is good, go right ahead. When I started, I kind of started with reversals. So but it's just an opinion. I kind of think it can go either way though. But I also feel if you get a notebook, it's very important to have it's very important, it's very important to have a tarot journal, no, like a tarot journal, okay? What you want to do is get the cards, okay? So we got the Wheel of Fortune, all right, that's a major. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles, right? You could take one card, two cards, whatever, three cards, right? Three cards. Now look at these cards. What do you see? What do you think? What does it make you feel? Okay? You could even pick one. Write down, what does this card make you feel? Do it with every card, or do it with one card, but I really think you should do this with every card. Like, if you want to sit there one day through your deck, you have to really sit there and learn. Take time out to practice. Okay? Before you do a reading, take time out to meditate a little bit. Just relax, ask Spirit to guide you, things like that. Set your intention in what you want to do, okay? But anything to help you focus is good. Now, and I'm going to speak about how I learned as well. You look at the cards, what do you see intuitively? What does this card make you think of? What do you think is going on in this card? Okay? That's a good, and then you write that down. Then you look at the meanings in the books because there's several meanings. Some of them are similar. Like, for instance, the Wheel of Fortune. That's the wheel turning in your favor, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so many things. But you can look up so many books, you're going to see so many meanings, your head's going to spin. Go with the meaning that feels right with you. And then when you read intuitively. I don't care what you see. If you see something, you feel something, do it. But make sure you're grounded and feel the energy. whatever you're seeing in your head, clear your mind. Clear your mind when you're doing a reading. Don't think about your cat. Don't think about your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Think about what you're doing. You're reading for this sign or this person. Okay, I'm reading for this claimant. So what do I see? What's going on? What's the card movement? What's the card interactions? All that stuff is stuff you learn later. But this isn't a tarot course. This is just some tips, okay? Alright, so, for instance, the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to show you. I know the meaning, but I'm just going to show you. If I could find it. Alright, you know what? Fuck it. We'll go with the Seven of Pentacles. We got the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. We'll start with the Two of Pentacles, just to give you an idea. And I'm getting a text from my sister. Okay, so Two of Pentacles. Okay, and then it tells you the reversed and the upright. If you're not comfortable with reversals, that's fine. If you want to learn the reversals too, go right ahead. But don't overwhelm yourself. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. Like, I'm not telling you what to do at all. Okay, a youth juggles on the beach, oblivious to the stormy seas. Juggling is a difficult skill to learn. Don't lose sight of other circumstances as you try to balance two areas of your life. Now, any book you read, it's going to basically say something similar, right? Don't take on more than you can handle. Reversed, you appear skilled at multitasking, but are you putting on a false front? It's not as easy as it looks. All right, now that's one meaning. All right, now let me give you another. This is just to tell you guys, so you don't get crazy, thoughts in your head, right? Pentacles. All right, we're going to go with the Two of Pentacles, just because I want to stick to the same kind of thing here. And it won't be long, guys. I'm just trying to give you a little advice for people that are literally just learning. Okay, keyword, juggling, see? So stick with keywords. Maybe write those down in your book. Even if you want, I don't like to do it, but some people like to maybe with a deck write the word on the bottom of it to kind of remind you. But I think symbolism. Take a symbol of that card, and that can help you remember what it means, or anything. But also, when you're looking in the cards, focus on what is the main thing that's catching your eye. Or you're doing a card reading, what's the main card that's catching your eye? You might want to focus on that, because that's going to have meaning, especially the first card you draw. For some reason, it's just like, I don't know why. In my opinion, it can go either way. Like, if I do past, present, future, sometimes the future's the past. It's just like that. And I've noticed it in other readings, too. So I let my clients know this. Usually when I'm doing one-on-ones, though, it pretty much works the right way. But when I'm doing, like, my YouTube channel, it's not going to resonate with everyone, because it's general. And I just hate that. Like, if I get a thumbs down or something, it's like, really? It doesn't bother me, but the thing that gets me is just, like, why would you thumbs down? If it doesn't resonate, honey, it doesn't resonate. Like, that happens. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me feel bad, and don't feel bad if you ever set a channel. You're gonna get that. Don't feel like, oh my god, I'm not good enough, because that has happened to me, and I would start to almost doubt myself, and almost was like, fuck this, until I started getting more good feedback, and started to give myself more love, and tell myself, you know what, I am good, I practice every day, I know what I'm doing, enough people have told me, so that built me up, sorry. A lot of us, we're all human, we all have we're all human, and we all have, like, our insecurities. Okay, especially when we're learning something and we're so passionate about it. Like, I'm so passionate about divination in general. Like, I have my little crystal, my scrying black obsidian crystal ball, my runes, I love divination of all types. I do wax, water scrying, all types of things. I enjoy it. It's great for me. I like the oracle. I love it. It's just something that I'm very, very passionate about. So I still go back to the beginner phases sometimes and relearn. And I go to the intermediate, and I go to the advanced, and I learn, and I learn, and I learn, and I learn, right? And part of what helped me learn, if I finish telling you juggling, hard time, okay, and this one, meaning, hard times, but you will cope. Income equals expenditure, but finances, because the pentacles are all about finances, are still coming in, and you will be solvent. An exercise in intelligence dedicated to improving a difficult situation, a cash flow crisis, spreading resources thinly. Does not sound anything like this one, right? Keyword, juggling. Reverse meaning, reckless attitudes to money and security. Unwise gambling, possibly resulting in bankruptcy. Now, if you just go by like all the whole meaning that it tells you, and every time you read the cards you say that, it's not gonna, you know what I mean? You have to really go with your intuition. That's the only thing that I will say. And sorry if I go off kilter or whatever, I'm manic, and that's just, that's why this is Busted Gals, Tarot, Mania, and more. Because it's not just tarot. This is my crazy ass doing other shit. You know what I'm saying? I am an eclectic girl. I am an eclectic witch, and that's who I am. So, I hope you all appreciate that and like me for who I am. If you don't, sorry. But I'm real, I'm honest, and that's it. But I wanted to tell you, I met a girl, wicked cool, and she is in the tarot community. And she saw in me. She was like, try not to say too much. And I could tell that she was most likely psychic. And then she started telling me about when she read. And she didn't even tell me she was a tarot card reader until she mentioned she read, obviously. And she said, she was like, you read about tarot? Because I was sitting there reading my tarot book. I spend so much of my free time watching videos, reading books. That's how I learn. I practice with my own cards, do my own readings, all types of shit. But I do get second doing my own readings. But I'm just saying, these are just like tips for you guys to like kind of help you, And she said to me, you're very talented, and she told me a lot of things that actually are true. But they were things that kind of more from the past, like I would rush in, and she was like, make sure you're grounded and all this stuff, and I'm going, wow, is she right? Because I would do that before. I wouldn't ground myself. And she basically was saying the same thing I was saying at the same time, how I look back on videos from even 3 months ago, and the more I practice, the more I study, and the more I practice and I read, right, the better I fucking get. The more likes I get. And that's another reason I like to get likes. Not just because it's good for me, obviously, and it's good for, it's good so other people can see the video. It tells me that I'm doing a good job. You know what I'm saying? So people downing it, to me, is such a negative thing, and I just don't like negativity. That's why I'd rather someone just kind of pass by it, And if you have something to say, then say it, but I'd rather no rudeness, Constructive criticism is fine. But I'd really rather you email me or something. But all is well, I don't get upset over that. I'm not like that, as long as someone's not being pig-headed and, just being a jerk. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. I would just say start with, like, a deck, but go with decks that you feel very drawn to. But I would say, just in my opinion, stay away from decks that look like really like hard to tell the image, hard to tell, unless you're really, really, really just going on intuition and not doing the meanings at all, which I kind of started that way. And I will say, shout out to Tarot Oracle. In my playlist, you can look at my playlist, it says things that will help all tarot readers. Best teacher I've ever seen in my life. No offense to any other teachers. And there were a few other teachers that I've watched and things like that, and I've taken some cues from. But I will say, all in all, he has helped me the best. The more I watched him, the more I practiced, the better I got. So that's just advice for tarot readers, and the tarot community is so amazing. I'm so happy that I've met so much more people. You guys are all amazing, and I'm just so overwhelmed with all the amazing subscribers I've gotten. Just all the amazing feedback. The likes, the subscriptions, the great comments. You guys are amazing, seriously. So I love you all, and I really hope that this does help people, and like keep a dream journal. Anything with, developing your intuition too, right? Your intuition is just basically you have a feeling about something, right? So you're doing a reading, and you see a color, or you see something in this, and something in this is telling you something. Like, this is usually, a lot of times, heartbreak. Now, in this book, it says it's never heartbreak. But you gotta go with what you feel, right? If I'm doing a reading, and I see all this shit, and then I see this, and I sense heartbreak, I'm gonna say heartbreak. Or I sense third-party situation, I'm gonna say third-party situation. Or possibly third-party situation, because I'm reading for a lot of people. Some people look at it as, like, spirit, something else. I honestly forget. Mind, body, spirit, something like that. But everyone does it differently. That's the great thing. It's an art. okay? It's like you can't tell a certain painter like they're painting wrong, or you know what I mean? Everybody has their own style, and everybody has their own way, and that's what makes them unique and great. And yes, a lot of people do a lot of the same things, but that doesn't make it wrong either, because it's kind of like with painting. Well, you got a paintbrush, you got paint. You know what I'm saying? But everybody still has their unique thing regardless. You know what I'm saying? No one's copying anyone, and I think the tarot community is pretty great. I have not had any bad, like, in all the communities I'm in, um, you know, I will say the tarot community's got to be one of the best, and the witch community is pretty great too. I have had a little things with some people, unfortunately, but all in all, tarot community is fucking amazing. And the witchcraft community that I have dealt with, you know, the pagan community, has been pretty great as well. So, you know, but that is, I just basically wanted to give you guys any insight. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you want me to do a video about something, anything else, any other questions. I can't think of anything off the top of my head to give you for advice. But also look at, like, you know, Tarot Oracle, like I learned from him also, is card movement. How are the cards, is a card moving like away? Is he moving away from her? Is she moving towards him? What does the card mean? What do you see? What do you think? What do you feel? But don't overthink it. That's the only thing I can say. Don't overthink it. Let intuition, let things come. If something just comes, that's not, there's a difference, and I'll just do a different video on this, but there's a difference between a thought and a thought that you put in your own head and a thought that spirit or whatever is putting in your head. We are all psychic. It's about tuning into that, okay? And especially where I am, I've always kind of had it, and I am Pisces, which is the most intuitive sign. I believe that's why I've just always been able to, and the more I practice it and practice it and practice it, try to open my third eye, all that stuff. I'm not saying to do this, but if you want to work on your intuition, work on your psychic development, there's so many great ways of doing it, and there are videos that I've watched on doing it, and I do know how to do it, and it a lot of it is meditation, grounding yourself, keeping calm, and things like that, but it's not all meditation, okay? So that is that for just some quick tarot tips, and as far as shuffling the deck, what cards to pull, that's all on you. Or if you're reading for someone else across from you, you let them choose if you want, if you feel like that's right. If you want to choose them, whatever. I think it's best. Normally they say to let, you know, that's like a tarot, I don't know if that's a tarot rule. I don't like rules.